네, 안녕하십니까. 다시
Yes, welcome back to 2021 Global ESG Forum. I am Lee Ji-young, the moderator for the afternoon session. In the afternoon, we will do a case study of the domestic markets. We would first like to invite In-hee Chung, Sustainability Expert Advisor of LG Chemical, to talk to us about sustainability and ESG management. Please welcome her with a big round of applause.
Good afternoon. I am Jung In-hee from LG Chem.
LG화학 지속가능성장의 기본 수리되는 ESG 경영
The ESG management strategy is the framework for the LG Chem's sustainable management.
일단 저희는 그 ESG 하면 이제 we do everything for sustainable.
When we say ESG, we also call the initial from the sentence that we do everything for a sustainable growth. So this is a mixed concept of the sustainability and compliance. LG Chemical was founded in 1947. At the moment, the company has grown to the size of $30 billion in sales. Its business portfolios spanning from the petrochemical, advanced materials, and life science. And in the world, the company ranked first as the most valuable chemical company brand globally. And R&D investment is more than $1 billion. And it has more than 43,000 patent portfolio, and more than 40,000 employees are working in the company, and 70% of revenue is coming outside of the Korea. As I said before, we have three business units: petrochemical, advanced materials, and life science. In petrochemical, the company deals with NCC, PVC, PO, and plasticizers and ABS. And under the advanced materials, we deal with engineering materials and battery materials and IT materials. And under the life science department, we have a primary care unit, specialty care unit, and aesthetic unit. And as a subsidiary, we have spin-off company, which is LG Energy Solution, which deals with the battery. It produces battery for small scale and large scale, as well as ESS battery. You also have a Farm Hanong. For the financials, in the first quarter of this year, the company recorded a record high sales and operating profit with the 9.7 trillion won and 60 trillion won respectively. The growth is continuing despite the COVID-19 situation. So financials show the great performance this year. We have a target for expansion from 2020 to 2024. We will be growing to the 60 trillion won in size. And sustainability R&D investment is also growing from 40% in 2020 and to 38% in 2021. That is based on the CTO department of R&D workforce only. If we combine other departments, then R&D figure will grow further. And the market capitalization has been grown by 2.5 times. So we will grow out of chemistry to science as a whole. Now let me go into the sustainability strategy for the company. We started sustainability management from 2019 as one pillar of business management. That was one vision of the company. This is the ESG strategy of LG Chem under sustainability pillar. ESG for our company is based on compliance, and that is internalized in our strategy. So that should be the basis for our growth and competitiveness development.
ESG를 기업 경영에 내재하고
ESG is embedded in management and it should be the driving force for the new growth.
견해를 통한 먼저 기업 가치를 상승하고
With the financials, we aim to raise the company value. For example, recently, as we expanded our investment, we announced to make an investment worth 10 trillion won by 2025. It will be going into the eco-friendly materials and e-mobility, which is focused on battery, which will be combined with the new drug. And under the strategy, we have sustainability goals. First of all, we have a net zero goal. The net zero will be achieved until 2050. And also, we will make a transition to LE100 by 2050. And waste plastic and waste battery will be coming to the circular economy. And responsible supply chain management and responsible sustainable production are also the goal of the company. Let me go into the detail for each goal. First goal is the carbon neutral growth by 2050. Carbon neutrality is the call of the times. Officially, we commit to the carbon neutral growth by 2050. In detail, until 2050, we will maintain the carbon emission at 10 million tons by 2050. And for that, our strategy is to maximize the reduction through the efficiency maximization and direct emission reduction. And secondly, we will make a transition to use the renewable energies. And also, we will be offsetting emission through carbon reduction projects and programs. In order to maximize the reduction, we have short-term, mid-term, and long-term plans. Most of the portion will be coming from LE100 projects, which is indirect emission reduction. Most of the efforts will be made from the outside of Korea, but internally we will upgrade our efforts in cooperation with the government officials. And I want to cover more the reduction. For direct reduction, this is very important topic, and also we want to minimize the concept of greenwashing in our operation. In order to have direct reduction, we will install high efficiency equipment for long-term plan, and also we are considering to use the energy efficiency using DX for measurement and improvement, and also we want to make a transition to low and zero carbon fuels. And mid and long-term plan, we focus on the carbon capture, utility, and storage. So mid and long term, we will focus more on carbon capture, and also we will focus on the electrically heated steam cracker. This technology is not commercially and fully utilized, but we are considering the possibility of using this technology for mid and long term effect. For RE100, until 2030, the RE100 will be applied to the overseas cooperation and also the Korean sites. This is more than just declaration. So within this year, we joined the competitive auction for the carbon trading. So in Osan and Yeosu, we already reached the target.
골을 말씀드리고자 하는데요.
Our goal 3 is this. This is a circular economy.
석유화학 부분은
Petrochemical department has put importance on the emission reduction.
문제가 되고 있고
But waste plastic is another important issue. So we want to make that incorporated into the circular economy.
물론 저희가 소재도
In doing so,
생산하지만 다시
we produce materials,
리사이클된 그런 또
but we have to
그런 부분들을 많이 고민하고 있거든요.
produce materials based on the recycled materials. You may have heard of this. There are M cycle and C cycle. M cycle is mechanical recycle and C cycle is chemical recycle. M cycle is widely available within the company, and C cycle
PCR, ABS님이
is also used. For PCR is already widely used in terms of M cycle. And as a mid and long term direction, we will be fully utilizing C cycle. So all the products will be broken down into the most basic elements like monomer and polymer. And petrochemical products will be built based on the waste plastic.
나아가야 할 방향인 것 같습니다.
We believe that C cycle is the way ahead for the future of the company. Until 2025, the C cycled products will be commercialized.
제품이 밖에 나가서 다시 들어오는 그런
And
성과는 있겠지만
the virtuous cycle of the products should be promoted, and within the company, use maximization and reuse are also improved and promoted.
간단히 말씀드렸던 그 PCR 제품
PCR products, post-consumer recycled products, are the example of M cycle. Our plan is this. By 2025, we will increase those products by 6 times. For that, we are considering new business model and partnership possibilities. And of course, the product compatibility is important. In that, embedded carbon content is important. To see that the LCA life cycle assessment should be reviewed to measure or calculate the embedded carbon content within the product. So this year we will finish the embedded carbon contents of our 100 products. By doing so, we will be on the journey to reduce the emission. And goal 4 is about responsible and sustainable production. For this, as a chemical company, we will use bio-based materials. So the use of the biomaterials will increase by 10 times. Then it will reduce the emission by 50%. That's our vision and plan.
사실 요것 때문에 저희가 사실은 뒤로 가면은 네스테라고 하는 그 핀란드
Neste is Finland biodiesel company. That company is our MOU partner. In order to expand the bio business, we forged partnership. You may have heard of this news from the press. We offer the bio businesses HBO, hydro vegetable oil production is planned. So we made the budget for the investment. Now, let's think about the responsible products. In terms of economy, those products will produce less footprint, and chemical pollutions will be minimized by those products. So biodegradable products like PBAT and PLA, PCRPCs, those are the good candidate materials to produce responsible products. This is a product line, And the current product line will be combined with the sustainable solutions like a PCR product family as well as bio-based products. That is what we call bio-balanced products. Those products are already certified globally. So we will expand this line of products to meet the needs of customers and the clients proactively. PBAT, PLA, and CR, which is chemical recycled products, and bio-SAPs. These products will be expanded in the future for sustainable portfolio building. Another important thing is the social part of our products. When we produce products, maybe we have to consider the social parts, for example, human rights. We are interested in this social, so we have to, as a producer of this battery, we will deal with cobalt. Cobalt is the material of issue. So when we tracked down the cobalt production, we found the child labor in Congo Republic. So in order to build a responsible supply chain, we are responsible for monitoring of any violation of the labor right. So to deal with this social part, we set the social policies to be applied for production. And OEM and IT companies are under pressure. They are our OEM partners. Within the Apple and other advanced companies announced that they will exclude any the problematic suppliers from their supply chain. Likewise, we established code of conduct for suppliers. By producing responsible and sustainable products, we will expand the market share, which will be the foundation of our future growth. Supply chain management cannot be done alone. So we joined global alliances in that regard. So we study how to take care of our suppliers in a transparent manner. One example for the effort is Global Battery Alliance. And our CEO is part of Alliance of CEO Climate Leaders. So by participating in the global initiatives, we shared information with other companies. The last item to introduce is about Zero Waste to Landfill initiative. During the process, the waste is produced, but the waste has to be minimized. This is the initiative regarding that activity. The waste is about scope 3. Scope 1 and 2 are the emission produced from the business sites, directly and indirectly. But scope 3 is emission from the out of the site. The waste is dealt outside of the company by the commissioned vendor. So if we reduce waste, then we know that the carbon emission is to be reduced. So in the new business site, we will be implementing the Zero Waste to Landfill initiative, and the initiative coverage will expand to the old sites. And the Michigan factory is already certified for the landfill initiative. So 97.4% of the materials from the Michigan site is recycled. So the waste, less than 1% of the waste from the site is going to landfill. And this is my last slide. In sum,
사업에 기반을 두면서 뭐
LG Chemical is based on the petrochemical and advanced materials. It emits a lot of carbons,
그런 플라스틱이나 여러 가지
and basically the company is dealing with environmentally harming materials. This is challenge, but we want to convert the challenge into opportunities.
할 그런 부분이 있고요.
So we will be proactive in reducing the emission. And for materials, we'll be thinking about what will be the responsible and sustainable materials for production. And by doing so, we will be expanding the market share and continue our growth.
이상으로서 발표를 마치겠습니다.
That's the end of my
네, 감사합니다.
presentation.
정인희 전문위원님 좋은 강연 잘 들었습니다.
Thank you for the presentation.
위원님께 궁금한 점을 많이 보내주셨는데요.
A lot of people raised the questions about your presentation, and your company is not only considering environment but also even the human right. Due to the time constraint, I would like to raise just one question. And what do you think the most needed to do sustainable and ESG management well?
필요한 부분이 되게 많은데요.
There are a lot to consider. Yes.
제가 생각하기로는 가장 필요한 부분이
I believe what's most needed is the strong leadership.
우리나라 같은 경우는 이제
The CEO leadership is important. In Korea, the owner do serve as a CEO. Actually, leaders should recognize the importance of the ESG management. So the CEO's efforts to internalize those ideas into management is very important. I joined the LG Chem less than a year ago. I joined the company in October last year. During my tenure, I saw great cultural changes. In many different business units, the sustainability has become the center of our discussions. So I think the CEO or leadership is very important. Thank you, Ms. John. Thank you for your great presentation.
네, CEO의 의지.
Yes, Tony emphasized the importance of the strong willingness of the CEO. I was actually expecting something different, but it once again emphasizes the basics of what an organization can achieve when its leader sets his or her mind to it.